Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant and welcome to today's video where we are going to continue learning Java. So the purpose of these videos is to be much more informal. I'm just going to be like casually trying to learn Java. I've never touched it before. I don't know anything about it. So the purpose of these videos isn't like something that I'm going to be like super in depth, super like hardcore at it. You know, languages are supposed to be fun. Programming is supposed to be fun. Engineering, like it's fun that you're able to build different things. And that's kind of what I'm going to be doing in these videos is I'm not going to be like, oh, in this video I will learn this and this and this and this. You know, it's a exploration and it's a journey, and that's what I intend to do. So anyways, if that's interesting to you guys, then stick around. If that's not, that's fine. You can exit the video, go watch whichever video seems to be up to your particular interests at the moment. But anyways, to everyone who wants to see this, welcome, and let's have a sip of coffee. Okay, so I can't even remember what I did. Let me minimize myself a little bit, and then I know I need to hit that play button. So, I remember last time I was trying to create a calculator, and this is just like ChatGPT generated. So the idea of what I was trying to do is I am going to ChatGPT or Copilot, and I asked it to give me a calculator, like class, and create this GUI. And okay, cool. It gave me code. The code runs, and the code is in Java. Wonderful. What does that mean? That means that I have the opportunity to start looking at how did it do it, right? Because my purpose is to learn Java and to see the different things that are available to me in the language and to kind of get, just a feel. I'm just playing with the language right now. So I remember we have two classes. We have a main class and a Java class. And then what is this J? Oh, I think this JPanel was like a built-in like class that is part of this like JFrame thing here. So anyways, we have this main class. So class main is a class and it's also a function, but this one is lowercase m, this is capital M. Takes in arguments, but I don't think I'm actually using arguments. But possibly I have access to arguments like in C or whatever. You can have access to the arguments that are passed in on execution. Okay, so the other thing that I remember doing is I was able to play it from calculator class and it popped up, the GUI popped up. I was also able to play it from main class and the calculator also popped up. And the difference though was with this one, when I played it from the main class, when I started execution from the main class, this line got printed, which indicates that this class was actually executed. This function within the class was executed. When I ran it from the calculator class, this line of code didn't get executed, so that indicates that when you execute a class, like where you execute it from, that's actually what gets executed. And it's like, okay, because I remember this one also has a main class here. And I was like, hold on, why are there two main classes? And so the one that you execute is going to look for a main, and then it's just going to do its main. So this one will have inside calculator's main. So inside calculator's main right there, and then it comes up with this, and you can do whatever. All right. Cool. So let's continue reviewing. Okay. So public class calculator. So calculator is the name of the class that I am creating, and then extends JFrame. So JFrame is the class that my calculator class is going to inherit from. So it is like part of this JFrame. So all methods available to me, or all methods in the JFrame, are also available to me in the calculator. And then implements action listener. So this I looked this up. Like, what does implement actually like do? I remember it said something about like constraints or something like that, but I can't remember why that was actually important. Anyways, so we create these private variables, okay, sure. And then JFrame frame. Okay. So is this a... The thing that I'm wondering about, is this an actual like member variable of this calculator class? So when I just create a new, let's say int var, kind of like int var1 equals 90 equals 0. Let's 985. Okay. Does this var become part of the calculator class? Like, is it a member variable, or is it just like within the scope of this calculator function here? Let me just try to see about this. Where do I want to do it? Let's say equals, maybe? No. If equals, so if this is the case, then I just want to do, what was it, console log or something? I don't know. What was the print statement? Where's the print statement? Here, system out. Okay. This, and then what do I want to print? I want to print, what do I just call it, var1? Okay, that kind of answers my question. So it's not part, because in Python you have to do like self dot and then the variable name. So can I do like this dot? Okay. How can I create member variables inside of the init function within Java? Okay. Maybe you can't. Maybe you have to keep it. Maybe you have to have it like, you can't just declare them randomly. Like when you actually like instantiate them, you have to create them at the very like top of your function. Okay. In Java, member variables, also known as instance variables, are typically declared at the class level, not inside of a constructor. Okay, so that, yeah, that's kind of what I was meaning. Is like, you can't declare them just randomly. Like, oh, in my init function, I'm gonna, bam, there you go, self dot this. Okay, so you just have to declare like, do like this. Maybe. Like private and int var1 equals like this, and then you should be able to do this here, and then equals. Woo! We get a whole bunch of nonsense. Oh, I don't like that. 3 minus 2 equals. See? Then we printed out our variable right there. Okay, cool. Okay. Anyways, let's get rid of that, because I don't need that. And then we get rid of this one. Okay, so how do we actually want to play with this? Like, I heard that Java, and I know, so the way that I'm describing these videos is I'm kind of in a forest, and I know the general direction in which I'm hoping to go to eventually. I know, like, Susie was telling me that in Java, a good project would be to build like a mobile application. So I think, okay, that's pretty cool. But that's my ultimate goal, right? Maybe how do I get there? The path is not totally clear, but that's kind of the point of these videos, is just going and trying things out. So let's I'm curious, how do you like integrate graphics into Java? I know also that you can do like video games in Java. I'm curious, actually, that's actually kind of more curious. I heard that you can make video games in Java. Could you write a very simple video game for me so that I can learn the concepts? Okay. So, it is creating a game called Catch the Ball. Okay. Swing library. So it's using Swing. Is that the same thing that we used here? I thought I saw the word swing, but I can't remember where we got that. Can I do like a Command F on the entire thing? Whatever. Okay, so using swing. In this game, a player moves a paddle left and right to catch a falling ball. This will introduce you to key concepts like game loops, event handling, and basic graphics. Okay, that's actually perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So create a Java project. Set up your new Java project in your IDE. Okay. Components. So we have ball, falls from top of screen, paddle controlled by the player to catch the ball, game panel where the game elements are drawn. Okay, so we have these 4 classes. Okay. So let's I don't want to delete these. I don't want to delete these. What I'm gonna do is Java game. So I'm just gonna create a new folder, and I'm gonna put the game inside of this folder. Come on, can I just want. Can I just go like like this, and then open an integrated terminal, new Java file, find in folder, copy. Do I just need to like delete or like close out of Visual Studio? Maven. I've heard this word Maven, but I don't know what it is. What does this do? PWD. Where am I? Okay, so I'm within the game thing here. But I don't even want to see those. Like, why can't I just, like, not? How do you change the directory in this? I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. Hide. No, I didn't want to do that either. So this is something I think I can do it just by closing out of here and then opening Visual Studio back open and then explore open folder, and then I come here and do, let's see, I think I put it in desktop, and then practice, maybe Java practice, and then game here, and then open. So I know that I can do it that way, but I don't want to have to do it that way. I want to just be able to change where I'm at from right here. It's kind of annoying. But anyways, so yeah, let's create a new. So what was it? Main.java, I think was what one of them was called. So we're just gonna copy and paste all of this stuff. So we're just gonna do a copy and paste. So we're first copying and pasting, and then we're gonna see if it works, and then we're gonna start to investigate like what's going on, how's it working, and learn concepts. Okay. What was that one called? Game panel.java. Java, ball, paddle. Okay. So all of these are giving me an error because they're not, like, we haven't created that class, I believe. Okay. So now this one is going to be paddle. Okay, so now all of those paddles should go away once I do this. Paddle.java. Okay. Get rid of you because we're copying and pasting. Paddle, okay. So now if we go back to this one, paddle goes away. Alright, that's good. That's good news. Now this one, ball. Okay. Okay. Everything should be in order. So let me just go to main and run and just see what happens. Let's see what... Ooh! 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 But it doesn't redo it, but ooh! Ooh! This is fun. Okay. Oh. Ah? Okay. So, apparently there is a lot to be done. Actually, come to think of it, that's actually kind of a good thing that it does it that way, because it means that we're able to kind of change things and play with the language a little bit more. So obviously, when the ball hits this paddle, it should bounce back up. So what are kind of the things that I need to keep track of? I will need to keep track of if this paddle is within the y coordinates of the ball when the ball hits its x coordinates, or y coordinates, other way, maybe the other way around. Then I need to figure out if the ball will hit this. Hold on, what if I do this? Now all of a sudden, does the hitbox expand? Things to think about. Okay, so let's first just go through this. Try to see what we can find. Try to learn what we can. Okay. Been talking too much today. I need to have more water. Today, I've already completed 2 LeetCoding videos, and now I'm doing this Java video. And then Susie's car ended up having some problems, so we've been working on fixing the front bumper for the past week. So thankfully today we finally finished, and now I can kind of focus on LeetCode and Java and JavaScript and all of those really important skills for software engineering. So luckily now I can kind of laser in on that, and I won't be distracted with the car. Christmas is also over. If you notice, it's December 26th up here, so clear road ahead. Okay, so move that little wire right there. We're in our main. Cool. Catch the ball. Okay, so all of a sudden I'm looking at this J frame. That seems very suspiciously similar to the J frame that we were using last time, right? Called catch the ball. This is a frame. Okay, cool. So now game panel equals new game panel. So where does game panel come from? I'm not seeing. Go to definition. Oh, okay. So okay. So I created this game panel element. So I'm creating something. We're gonna get to what it is. I don't even know what it is yet. But we created some object from our class template. Okay, and it's stored here in game panel. Now, JFrame, exit on close. This just means that when you press the X button, it closes out. We set the size. I remember also that you can enforce this. That you can say don't let them resize things. And that actually might be important in our little game here, because I don't want them to be able to expand things and all of a sudden the hitbox goes out of scope and changes and all of that nonsensory. So I might want to enforce it and be like, hey, you can't resize this frame. This frame is 400 by 400 and you're going to deal with it. Kind of like that. So something to look into when we're going forward. But right now we're just kind of exploring. We're seeing what is here. Okay. So frame. Now the frame, I believe, is just the GUI that comes up. Now on this GUI we attach something. And what do we attach? We attach this game panel. So right there. And then set visible equal to true. That just means you're able to see the frame. Okay, so now game panel. What is game panel? That's the thing that we're sticking on the frame. Let's investigate what we're doing here. So Java Swing JPanel, and then game panel it extends from JPanel. Okay, did main does not extend from anything, so it doesn't inherit anything. this game panel does inherit from JPanel. Okay. Implements action listener. That's the exact same. This is the exact same template that our calculator GUI had. It had extends, JPanel, implements, action listener. It's the exact same thing. That's awesome. We're building on it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool. So, now, private ball. So, ball is private ball. So ball is a class, right? Here. And now we're creating a variable of type ball. So why don't we need to do like new? Why don't we need to do private ball equals new ball parentheses? Why can't we just say private ball? Oh, we do right here. Ball, so then we set ball. Ball, okay, I see. Okay. So what we're doing is game panel, and we have these two elements, ball and paddle. Okay, and now we're creating two instances of a class, and the class is defined here and here, so we're going to have to investigate what those are later. But we're creating two elements, essentially. Set background white. I think that means of the game panel itself, right? Set focusable true. So add key listener. So this is listening to, I'm guessing, the up, down, left, right. Hold on, let's see if I can go up. I can't go up. Yeah, it just goes right through. Okay, so I can't go up. So how does it know to constrict it to the horizontal? Anyways, timer equals new timer. We did not define timer. Okay, so it's a imported thing. Okay. So now, timer equals new timer, delay 16. What if I did like delay 10? What would happen in this case? Delay 100. What would happen in this case? Oh, so the ball just goes really slow. But my panel, or my paddle goes pretty quickly. And then it goes right through. Okay. So, oh, why do we just have this random this right here? Timer.start. Okay. And then these override. I think that these override had something to do with like implements, the implements thing. Like I have to constrain it or something. I can't remember why we had that. So anyways, I'm gonna turn this back to 16 here, and then paint components, graphics G. Actions performed, ball update, paddle update, repaint. Okay. Not exactly sure what those are. Let's go to ball and see what's going on here. So, we have ball, which has an X and a Y coordinate system, and it has a diameter, and it has a speed. Okay, so in the constructor, we're doing the this dot X. Okay, so apparently I do need that kind of like self keyword to index myself, right? Like here's this X and here's the self dot X. But in Java it's just called this dot X. Okay. This dot Y, this dot diameter, this dot Y speed. All right. Okay, we have a lot of this. So we're just setting like private member variables. Okay. Okay, public void update. So update y plus y speed. Okay, so y is the coordinate, right? And then so y is the coordinate, and we're just like incrementing by y speed. So it's going down by the speed of y. And so I think that if I go back and look at the game panel, I would guess that we're passing in some variable here, which is that variable that I was changing to like 100 and then 16 and then all of these numbers. So let's go check that. My room has so much dust. It's like that's why I keep like this, because it's like getting in my nose. I hate, like, I don't know why there's so much random dust. I think it, well, I know why. It was because Susie's bed, like, blanket was shedding. And so there's some, it's not actually dust, it's like little fibers in the air. They're like, let me, it's like, I don't know, the camera's not going to be able to see this. Can you guys see? No, you can't see it. Oh, can you kind of see it? See? It's that little fiber. It's little fibers that are just like floating in the air. And I've had them for I've had them for like a week now, and they're just so insanely difficult to get rid of, and they keep flying around. It's aggravating. It's like feel them on my face and I'm like okay. So override. What was I looking at? Okay. Timer. Where did I pass in the like 160 or whatever, or 16 into a timer? That's not it. That's not it. Because I would expect it to be this variable, but I didn't change that variable. Y speed is remained at 2. So why did changing this have any effect on that? Okay. Not quite sure. So then, so I need to continue to. Did I have? I'm nervous to open up this because last time I tried opening it up and while I was filming, and then bam, had my passwords on it, so I had to like cut um the video, and then when I cut the video I had to use like whatever, like iMovie, I think, one of those. Anyways, and then it was a big like hassle because it took up so much of my computer's memory, and then my computer ran out of memory. So I'm like, I don't really want to go and try to relive that experience. So, anyways, what I was thinking about doing is I just need to make a note to myself that I need to. Once this video ends, I need to go and kind of understand override a little bit more. I'm going to put that into the thing here. Can you explain what this is and why it is required? I remember the @ sign is like a decorator or something. Sure, the override annotation. Oh, maybe it was called an annotation. It in Java is used to indicate that a method is intended to override a method in a superclass. Okay, so that's why we have the like extends from JPanel. So JPanel has a method in it which is called probably paint container, and I want to say, oh no, print container, use mine, use this one, get rid of the paint container found in JPanel. I think that's what's going on. Purpose. It tells the compiler that the annotated method is supposed to override a method in its superclass. Benefit. If the method does not actually override a method from the superclass due to a typo, wrong method signature, etc., the compiler will generate an error. This helps catch potential bugs. Oh, okay, so the reason that I create that override annotation is not actually because the override tells the compiler that I want to use mine as opposed to the parent class, because if I just write, if I had it like this, where I believe that's the, yeah, so I think in this case where I don't have the override, it would still see that I created this method within my class and give priority to mine and not use the parent classes. But the override, and let's kind of just make sure that the world makes sense, everything, yep, okay, cool. So things are still working. So yeah, even when I commented that out, everything was good. But I think what the override is doing is it gives you the ability that, let's say like, ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Command Z. Okay, let's say that I did like a typo. Instead of component, I did components, right? And now this thing here does not actually correspond to the print or paint component in the parent class. So it doesn't actually like delete the parent class's one. It doesn't like cause it to be not looked at. So that one is still now in. If you call paint component and you're meaning paint components, it's going to use the parent's one, but you don't want to use the parent one, you want to use this one. So in this case, this override will give me like an error and say, hey, there is no component paints components, or there is no method paints components in the parent class. I think you made a typo. So let's play and see if we get an error. We did, see, we got some kind of weird thing here. See? Okay. So I'm gonna change this back to like that. And then we should, okay, cool. So super paint component G. Okay. So I think what this means is we're just, the super is like using the parent class. So we're performing, or we're passing in a constructor to G. Let's go to GPT and see if we can figure that one out. What does the line do? Okay, so super paint component G line in the paint component method is crucial for correctly rendering your custom graphics on a JPanel. This line calls the paint component method of the superclass of the parent, yeah, which is in JPanel, yep, because that's what we inherited from. Purpose of super.paint G. Okay. What is G even? Okay, so it's something that we pass in. Sure. So ensures proper rendering. Okay, it clears the background. It ensures that the panel's background is properly cleared before any custom drawing. Without this call, your custom graphics might be drawn over the existing content. Okay, so it just clears. I need to figure out what G is, though. Resulting in visual artifacts and improper rendering. So if we don't clear things, we might get the case where there's still the old stuff that we put on the frame, and now we're trying to put the new stuff onto the frame, and you get a conflict where they're overlapping. Okay, so it first clears the background. Good. Then maintains default painting behavior. What is default painting behavior? I'm guessing that is just defined in the parent class. It maintains the default painting behavior of JPanel, which includes things like handling the background color, borders, and other visual properties. Great. Prevents graphic issues. Okay. Draw. Custom drawing for ball. Custom drawing for paddle. Super dot paint component G. This calls the paint component method for the JPanel. Yeah, we kind of got that. Okay. I can definitely start to feel that my brain is starting to slow down a little bit. I'm just like, I want to take a rest. Anyways, so graphics G. Come on, where is this called? I want to see where we're calling this. Like, are you seeing any call to graphics? I'm not. New game panel. So game panel here. Set background, set focusable. That's a question that we're gonna have to ask Copilot as well. Is like, when is this paint component method actually being called? Because I'm not seeing it in my project. I don't see paint component actually being created. Okay. So after the background is cleared, the line draws the ball using the graphics object G. So I don't know what graphics object G is, so I will ask it that. What is the graphics object G? Where does it come from? And where does this paint component method get called from? Okay, so it's a function within the Java swing. So that's another point that I need to study. So I'm going to keep notes up here. So I'm not going to do the override thing because I already, okay, I think I understand it. So Java things to study, and then Java swing library. Okay. So it's within the swing library. I have a little bit more coffee in this mug. That's not coffee. That's tea. Looks like coffee. This was from yesterday. Yesterday, and I still have tea. So forgot that I made it. What do I want to do? I know what I want to do. I want to go to sleep. But what am I going to do is a different question. I am going to keep going and keep learning and keep pushing forward. And then I'm going to go to sleep. The role of Java Swing library, the graphics object G is part of Java AWT. Okay, Java AWT. I don't know what that means either. Java AWT. Java AWT. I don't know what that means. I need to look that up. Okay. And now it's a package. Great. And represents the drawing context for a component. It provides the methods needed to draw shapes, text, and images onto components like panels and frames. Okay. Where G comes from. When the paint component method is called, the swing framework automatically provides a graphics object. This object is passed to the paint component method and represents the drawing surface of the component needed to paint. Okay. Role of graphics object. The graphics object encapsulates state information needed for the basic rendering operations that Java supports. This includes information about the component's drawing area, colors, fonts. So that is just telling me all of the information regarding that object, like what its attributes are. Okay, paint component method. The paint component method is a part of the JUnit or JComponent class, which JPanel extends. The paint component method is automatically is called automatically by the Swing framework whenever the component needs to be redrawn. This can happen in several scenarios, such as initial display, when the component is first displayed on the screen, resizing, repainting, visibility changes. Okay, so I feel like there's just a lot that I need to kind of like understand a little bit more of this. I'll probably watch some like tutorials on YouTube about Swing and what these graphic components are and try to get a better understanding of like how that actually works. Okay, example of paint components, invocation, here's a breakdown. Requesting a repaint. When you call repaint on a component, the Swing framework schedules a repaint request. Okay, Swing. Alright. So, what is java.aws? Where did I see AWS? I know I saw that. AWT. That's what it was called. Abstract Window Toolkit, okay, and is part of the Java Programming Standard Library. Okay, so it's just part of the Java Standard Library for creating graphical user interfaces. Okay, cool. It provides a set of classes to build and managing graphical components such as windows, buttons, and menus, as well as for handling events. Okay. And then there's a whole bunch of different stuff there. Now, the other thing that I want to do, I said that eventually I want to get to the point that I can create like a mobile application. I'm just going to ask it to create a simple mobile application. I'm not actually going to look at it in depth. That's going to be the next video that I make, but I'm kind of curious, like, what are some of the topics that it's asking? So, let's see. Can you create a simple application in Java so I can learn the basics? Okay, see what it does, and I'm just gonna Android Studio. Okay, so I have to do like I thought I had this like I remember when I was doing my installation of Java, I thought I got something called a JDK, so I might already have this. What about this? I also need Android Studio, the official IDE for Android development. You can download it here. Okay, so I need to go and actually download some Android thing. Open. Okay, so this seems like it's going to be significantly more complex. So I have to do name, package, save the location, create basic code implementation. Great. That looks like it's more complex. So I never took mobile development, but Susie did, and I remember when she was doing mobile development, they used not Java but Kotlin was the language, and I remember that the teacher, in the class, they were able to like simulate the device, so it wasn't the little phone there phone the device, so you could see the device on the screen. I don't know if they used like the actual Android development location that it's wanting me to do, but okay, we'll hold off on this one for a little bit. But I just wanted to see kind of like where we were going and get some ideas of what's this XML. I don't know. I've heard of XML, like an XML file, but I don't, I've never actually used one, so is it like HTML? No. Okay, XML. That's another one. Here. XML. Here we go. So that's another thing that I want to learn. And then anything interesting here, just like app, compat, activity, protected, on create, bundle, save. Okay, so all right, well, we're gonna hold off on actually learning about the mobile development thing. I think what I will do now is I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna try to learn these topics here: the Java Swing library, Java AWT, and XML. So I'm gonna go online, just watch tutorials, try to get good at that, and then in the next video we will continue to be working with Java. So probably continuing with that game. I'm going to try to see if I am able to get it to the point where I can get the ball to come down, hit the paddle, and then bounce back up. So that's kind of my next kind of road steps. I don't know how long it'll take. The point of it is not to get it, the point isn't to make it work. The point is to make progress understanding. The point is to understand. The point is to gain knowledge and gain understanding, familiarity, comfort with Java, to be able to become a better programmer, better developer, stuff like that. So that's the point. And moving forward in the next video, I'm going to be trying to get the ball to be able to hit the paddle, jump back up, and that's how I will be moving forward. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that maybe it was interesting. I don't know. But if you liked it, then I would be thankful if I get a subscription, or if you don't want to subscribe, that's fine as well. I will see you guys probably tomorrow. I think I'm gonna just finish out the day watching tutorial videos and learning as much as I can on these topics, and maybe exploring a little bit more, like if something catches my eye about Java, like, oh, interesting, what's that? Maybe I can watch more videos on like game development or something like that. Anyways, so I will see you guys tomorrow then with LeetCoding videos, obviously, because we're doing LeetCoding every single day. But hopefully I'll also be able to do another Java video or JavaScript, something like that. So anyways, subscribe, and thank you guys for watching. My name is Timothy Lee Grant, and I will see you tomorrow.